First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chicago offense set to get started. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a first down throw. Fields. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
The 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop him. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB. And guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On first down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, 40 yards. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Cousins gives way to Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's a give to Herbert, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, it's Fields. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
A handoff for Herbert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Touchdown! Cole Kmet from 3 yards out. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On play action, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Cousins now from the 50. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Fields. There's Moody with another catch. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Fields on 1st down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Fields throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove. They're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jones. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to Moore. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now a first down throw, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Fields. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, from the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. They find some open field here. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On third down, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Joseph's got it, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Let's be smart. Let's play ball. They can't stop. They plays, y'all. They plays. Big week, every week. Let's go. Let's do same what we gotta do here. Do your thing. Bring it on. Let's go. Let's go. Step up. Like that. Let's go. Stay loose. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
Joseph now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Fields to commit there for a Chicago first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On play action, Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again is Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a 1st down?
Santos' kick is up and through, and the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. On 1st down, Fields. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Steps away to his left. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Let's do this, man. This is what you step. That's how we eat. You know what we need, baby. Let's go, man. Get something together. Make plays. Let's go, baby. Get him going. They gotta walk that block, baby. Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here. Let's not disappoint.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins to throw it. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing is Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Throw left side, take it in. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. He's got room at the 30. Down the right sideline. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Step up right now. What's the deal, y'all? Nothing free. Nothing free. Nothing here. So much good. Let's play now. Get something done. Guys, baby, get in. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's ride, dog. All right, who won? Let's go, baby. It's game time. Every day, let's do what we do every day. That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. I know you hype. I know you hype.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now he dumps this off over the middle,
and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
A first down throw for Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Let's go, man. I'm coming. Let's go to work. Let's go, boy. Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing. Don't let up. Man, they ain't got nothing. Let's turn it up. I'm trying to take it to the house. Let's go, baby. Turn it up. I know you hype. I know you hype. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Pay attention. Pay attention. Turn them down. Keep our voice.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now Herbert to start the drive. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.